Hello everyone and welcome. We have another ranked video trying to climb to Dynamo 5 and then to Legend. Let's see how we go this month. We've tried to change it up a bit. We're playing Rainbow Mage now. We actually have at the moment look at this, very nice. We just started playing this and we're on a 100% win rate so far. Okay, that's 4 out of 4, so let's see if we can keep it going.
Ashara versus Queen Ashara.
Ooh. Challenging straight away with a mirror match.
Each song builds like a strong wave.
Okay. See if we draw through our deck quickly. Anything which draws cards? No. Alright, at least you've got something to play for the first 2 turns. So fire has 1 spell's cooldown. So our SIF should be at +2 already. Right. Let's see. We can assume that he's playing the same deck as me. We'll draw up his deck as well. This is Shadow. It's slow for the time being. Ooh, it's not the same. We don't have a good hand yet, so we'll wait a bit. See if we get a cost 2 spell here. Okay, that's pretty good for him. Even better for me, turn 4. But I've got an emptier hand than him because I'm going first. Used up his coin, which is very valuable if he's playing SIF.
Reality.
Do we play this now? Give us this bit of armor, I guess. Maybe just get the armor by drawing this turn, maybe. Yeah, let's do this. Get some armor. Ooh, Holy Nova looks pretty good. We got Frostburn deck. Take the Holy Nova, heal us up a bit. And is there any point in trading this? We'll stop him taking extra 2 damage from us. He's bound to start killing us next go anyway, so. See what we get from this first, maybe. Actually, 1 minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. dump one. Let's do this first. Ooh, fireball. Good face. Never mind. Another objection. Objection's the only secret I'm running at the moment. It's very disruptive, especially against this spell heavy deck where we've got one or two key spells. Interesting.
Good explorer comes prepared.
Okay. Still a bit early for this, I think. Do I YOGG this? Wow. That's aggressive. Let's just draw 3 spells. Yeah. Reverberation core used with SIF. Ooh.
Bask in my radiance.
Nature would be nice, but this is a terrible nature spell. Needs to
A
summon.
conundrum.
Summoning a minion is terrible for me. Casting Cold Case for 8 mana.
Time is short.
I'll use that for some healing, I guess. I guess we're just stuck with this then. See if he plays anything big here. Wow. Well, I've got a decent reply for this. Not bad. None of them are Wind Fury. Okay. That's nice, and this becomes 0.
Job's done.
Haha, another jar. Okay, do I have... Well, this is 6. I mean, Mortal Rune is much more effective because it doubles the spell damage. Oh, come on. Alright, let's have a look. How do we deal with this? Ooh. That looks pretty good. Circuit 4 plus 3. Should be able to get rid of most of this. Could have got an extra minion out of that, but I was focusing on the board clear more than anything. Right, it's a shame. I've still got some big minions here. How do I use YOGG? Control of enemy minion. If they play SIF and don't kill me, I can steal that. I don't have anything which does damage besides Worm and Fireball. That is what I would call a bit of a waste. Okay. So let's play 2 of those. So the reverberations themselves costing 2 each. I mean, SIF, I can get 3 SIFs, which gives me 18 spell damage, which means I need 2 0-cost spells. So let's wait till we get another arcane spell, maybe.
Short.
Job done. Reality.
Okay, not getting his armor this game. He's getting his SIF. Oh wow, this is the second one. Okay. Fine. Let's try yogging this out, I guess. So what do we have here still? We don't have any more arcane spells.
Such choices.
So I guess maybe we look at just reverberating once. SIF 9, 10, but still that only gives us let's yogg this. Let's tangle up. Just used up my burn there, didn't I? He's going to do the board clear thing.
Hope is an illusion.
But I can reverberate his and get a whole load of tentacles and try going for tentacle windmill.
Will consume you.
Let's go for that. Oh my goodness. You used that up now? That's almost as good as a SIF. That's like half a SIF you just used up there. Okay. This one steals. This one makes everything attack each other. Let's do the greed one. Do I just get rid of everything here? I can't resist. I'm sorry, I've just got a weakness for this. Just love these tendrils. Right. Let's hopefully don't destroy our own. Oh. Okay. I guess we've got to do this then.
Will consume you.
It is not ready.
That's a shame. Okay. Well, if he doesn't kill it, then I get a whole load of tendrils again. That's unlikely to happen. Come on, miss the YOGG, miss the YOGG. He hits the YOGG. Come on. So what do we have? We've got 8 damage here. We've got 2 tendrils. You must have a SIF with that, surely. Yeah, we messed it up here. We panic used one of our arcane spells, which should have done basically lethal damage here. For Naga Giant? What on earth? It's rather odd. Forged? I'm so confused here. Right.
To battle.
Let's just hope this gets rid of his what's it called somehow. Oh, it does. Beautiful. Oh, no way. That's good. That's very good.
Job's done.
Oh my goodness. Well, he could have lethal here. So he's probably got 18 damage at least. 18 damage. Oh, he's got an extra mana, of course. Oh wow, okay, he hasn't picked up his SIF yet. That pretty much looks like game over.
A spectacular round.
Oh, it went face.
You have skill of your own.
This is just 20 damage to face here.
True mages master all magic.
Ooh, I can get rid of this whole board here with this one. Do 10 damage to a minion. Okay, after a bit of a misplay, throwing away my arcane bolt there. Still managed to win there. Ah, so interesting. So it's not. What is this? Naga Giant, Yoxaron. I mean, he's giving up on some valuable spells. Very strange. Don't get that deck. Okay. Maybe it's just an inferior version of my one, I guess. He seems to be trying to do the same thing, but he didn't seem to have a SIF at the end. Could have just got unlucky then, not drawn his key card. Okay. That's kind of the matchup where whoever gets SIF first probably wins.
Jaina versus Scarlet.
Scarlet.
Let the blight begin.
Okay.
My sorcery will prevail.
Are they playing my deck, which I just uploaded? Okay, Molten Runes. Should we keep the SIF? I think we keep the SIF. Do we keep the SIF? Do we need to win early? That's a question. Is keeping SIF way too risky? Or do we look more for card draw? If it's a blood, then yeah, I think we keep the SIF. If it's plague, yeah, I think we keep this. We could have kept the molten rune there, possibly. We've got a SIF, so this could theoretically give us, if we reduce the cost of the reverberation, we can get 2 SIFs for 8 mana, and we've got 11 mana, so we've got 3 more mana. Yeah, we should have a lethal setup already in our hand, as long as we get a couple of damage spells. Let's see what he does.
My pain doesn't compare
so
to your plague.
Let's get a bit of armor to start off with. Don't let him do any shenanigans with spreading it. Okay. I'd like to get card drawn, hopefully use up those 2 plagues before he gets
The
Hellier.
citadel stands strong.
That's a very unfortunate. Nothing we can do here. Right.
Unravel.
Okay, might as well play the minion here. You may be playing the Bloods version, the single blood double unholy. But be careful, if he does have a patchwork, we might be in a bit of trouble. Gotta watch out for that. Remember, we do not want to use up the coin. Ideally, we don't use up the reverberation either. Let's give this a nice 4/4. Which is just out of range of his AoE card. Let's see if we can get card draw here. Ouch. It wasn't on curve. He's got more than 3 mana, so we'd have played that anyway at some point. Now what we're looking at here, we're looking at the big giants coming down. We need an answer for that. What other key cards does he have? Hellier, there's nothing we can do about. We've got no way of blocking Hellier unless we get an objection. But he's got quite a few minions in his deck to test out the objection. Does he even have...
My pain doesn't compare to your plague.
Talk,
Oh,
little Death
interesting.
Knight.
It would be nice to play that now, but... The Refrost! Oof, that's nasty. Nasty. Let's see if we can clear this board a bit. Ooh! Discover a copy of a spell. Let's have some fun, I guess. I thought we meant to use a copy against the enemy. Alright, that obviously didn't work as I thought it would. Keep this on 4.
Time runs out on me.
So we're already getting him quite low. Still don't have any damage spells. We could see if we get one from Sunwell. At the moment, turn 9, we have coin plus 1 spell with 8 spell damage.
Our gift of the arcane enlightens us.
Okay, maybe go for the secret here. No, I think we'll maybe do. I'd like to use a high cost spell. So that's 14 damage to face at the moment. Let's see what we get from this. Let's do this, just give us a 2-2. Ooh. That's nice. Next turn we get a Drake. So we've got fire. I mean, this is an arcane spell. 1 damage. We could go for miracle growth, I guess.
Vengeance! Vengeance! Smuggle!
Don't worry too much about burning a card, as long as it's ideally not Lady Nazjar.
We only need one.
Okay, it's 1 crossbow done. 8 to go. Let's hope we burn a plague here. We burnt a plague, nice. So play this. If I'm holding a dragon, oh, we gotta take this one, don't we? I will forge this. Now what's this looking like? 5, that's 8 times 16 damage. This does 5 here with the ping. We've got lethal turn 9.
Anybody?
Well, I assume he's going to get rid of this. Yeah. Okay, so we wasted his turn at least. Nice big minion, hopefully a bit hard to deal with.
That feels
Another
good.
plague gone.
That feels good.
Remember, so sorry, I keep miscounting here. Right, if we do manage to reduce the cost of this and this, and turn 10, we could play this, this, and this, giving us 10 spell damage, which means each of these are 13, it's 26. Maybe we just play Miracle Growth for a big taunt here and try controlling the board the best we can. Unless we do this, I guess we could do it like this. Alright, we'll give up the coin. We'll give up the coin. Just because it gives us some massive stats here. Two very big minions here. See if we can win just based on a pure... So SIF is 6 now, so it was 5 we've spent. So this should cost 0, but it's actually +2, so it's 2. This does a massive board clear. Can he deal with this? I don't think blood... I don't think Plague DK has got...
Can you feel the gift?
Okay, he's got the heal at least. As long as it's not a ridiculous high roll. Did he snap playing this? Doesn't look like it. if it's what's it called? Equality? No. Good. So you could easily get a single target removal with this, and then he's got 7 more damage. You see, these are very high health minions, and that's one weakness of Plague DKs. If you don't have those giants.
Pick me!
Okay, so he's still got a 5 cost spell to play still. I'm looking even happier about playing this Cosmic Keyboard now, because that literally looks like it's winning us the game here. Let's just clear this board, I think. Here. 1 minute. Let's just check we're not missing lethal. 6, 7, 8. Oh, 1 minute. We've got this as well. Ah, 1 minute. No, next go. Okay, this gives 6. Spell this does 9 damage. 12. Take that all face first. 2 off lethal. So next turn, easy lethal with playing double 9s. So this is going to be 9 damage twice. Okay, so we'll play. Whoops. Slip with the mouse there. Oh, objection. That's very, very disruptive. We can't even go for a Hellion now. Hellion might have been the last chance saloon or a giant to try clearing the wall. I can win with the minions even. The minions I've got here from the Cosmic Keyboard are fantastic. How's he going to get 14 damage with 10 mana with an objection in play? Okay. Use an 8-8. 7. So I've got 14 spell damage. Yeah, that's it.
You put a spell on me.
True mages master all magic! Blast!
Oh, it could have let me finish him off. That would be 9. Plus 20. That would be 29 damage, I believe. Without the reverberations, with the reverberations. Trying to work out when reverberations is actually better than playing SIF and just playing more burn spells. Just gives you extra 5 damage. Just like instead of doing, I guess it depends if you reduce the cost of your spells. You see, the other person was playing Audio Amplifier who's trying to maximize his OTK possibilities by giving him an extra hand space and more spells. Easier to draw cards without burning, especially with volume up, drawing 4 cards for 4 mana. It's very hard to keep yourself from burning a card there.
My sorcery will prevail.
So I think it's a good starting hand here. We need something to deal with his big 7/7s. We could keep objection for turns 3. That's when he probably wants to play his. That's when he wants to play his, what's it called, his big play. Alright, we'll see. We'll see.
You here for the tour?
It's interesting. Oh, 1 minute. Oh, you know why the someone didn't cast? It probably goes off the original cost. So I had 2 mana to play the reduced version cost of the of the spell, but if the game understands this is 9 cost to cast a random copy of the Sunwell, it wouldn't have cast it because I only had 2 mana. Alright, interesting interaction there.
Warm greetings to you.
Okay, let's probably spell all the. Keep chipping down, minimize our board presence so he can't heal up off our minions.
Reality.
Okay, it's good timing on the artificer there. So this can disrupt his turn here with the 7/7 taunt, which is what he wants to play now. I don't have a good answer for it, unfortunately. 1-drop. If he's got 1-drop, I know what's coming. He's going to burn a 1-drop, then play the. Oh my goodness! Wow. Oh, he's testing counterspell. That's why. Ooh. What have we played so far? Deathborn? 1 minute. What does he play? What does Control Warlock play in terms of small minions?
Time runs out on me.
Unravel.
Job done.
Took the safe option there. Get me some armor. Yeah, it's a problem with this. It's always going to start healing up.
Lightly used armor.
So we'll draw ourselves a secret here. Everything at the moment goes face. It's going to waste time killing this, even though it's not going to draw any more secrets. Duncan. Okay, so we've got Nazjar. We've got 2 damage spells, so this is going to get reduced to 2. So we could play that for 8 mana together with this. We've got another Arcane Bolt, which we can play for free. We use this one to reduce the cost of the Nazjar.
What to do?
So let's get a couple more spells in our hand before we go for it. Okay, I don't think we're in any danger with 43 health with only a 4 attack on the board at the moment.
Face Jaraxxus.
I faced Jaraxxus.
The Burning Legion.
Wow, okay. That puts us on a bit of a clock. Let's see what we get here. So let's try discovering first. Ooh, that's pretty nice. This is pretty good as well. We can copy a Nazjar. Okay. This is up to 4 spell damage. Nature? Would nature be good? Then it deals to minions. So now, this is another source of damage. But I want to use it up in order to what's it called, my thingy?
Time runs out on me.
So next turn. And then Nazjar, and get a copy of Nazjar, and hopefully I'll copy this version. That's what I'm hoping. So strange to file. Can't play him in here, but he can definitely generate a big one.
Come closer.
Okay, so it's a 6/6, not a 7/7. Okay. I can actually do this. This is going to reduce the cost of spells in my hand, giving me even more damage here. So he's got 12, 15. I'm still okay here. Next turn I can actually go 5. That's 16. 16 plus 8, 24. 24 plus 6 is 30. We've got lethal next go, so we don't really need it. So that's actually a red herring.
Can you feel the gift?
That's not going to help me, I think. I hope I calculated correctly. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4 procs of spells. So we've got 20 damage just from the spell damage, plus 6, 9, 10. 20, yeah, perfect. As long as he doesn't armor up here. He's probably going to be very greedy and go for the... That doesn't help him. Sorry, red herring.
Thank you so much.
Oh, we've got even more damage.
True mages master all magic.
And we'll finish with a nice spell spell. Do you need arcane bolt? Bolt 0. Yeah, nice. Okay, straight up to Diamond 5 with a 7-game win streak. Boom, as they say in the vernacular. Very nice. Let's have a quick look at the deck, and we'll get on with the operating. We'll go to Minka soon, about 10 minutes. Right, so let's have a look. That was really nice. Some nice, very clean games there. Didn't feel threatened with the new meta. Seems to have slowed down. I don't know how we would have dealt with a hyper-aggressive deck like a Totem Shaman or is it Pure Paladin? Pure Paladin should be somewhere. Where's my Pure Paladin? Did I delete my Pure Paladin? So, oh, here we go. Pure Dude Paladin. Right. Yeah. See, I do play quite a lot of decks, but I don't show you all of them. Yeah, but this is a good one for climbing for sure. Okay, so Rainbow Mage. So it's you've got basically the same usual, SIF, a variety of burn spells, Flame Geyser, Arcane Worm giving us an Arcane Bolt. And we've got a key card here, Molten Room, which makes this deck, in my opinion, absolutely destructive. This pushes up the percentage points of the win rate on this deck. Because this can be reduced to 2 mana if we play a Lady Nazjar, which reduces the costs of spells in hand by 1. So if you've got 2 of these in your hand and they're both forged, so SIF, even at a meager sort of 5 spell damage, let's say you didn't get all your spell schools, so 5 spell damage, each one of the procs on these is going to be 8. So you do 8 twice, which is 16, and you've got 2 of these, that gives you 32 damage just with 10 mana, SIF, 2 Molten Runes. Of course, if you go all the way up to, I think you can get up to 7 or 8, I think. If you go up to 8, then this gets even more ridiculous. It's 22 damage for 9 mana, even if it's not reduced. So SIF plus this could get you 22 damage, plus Arcane Bolt, let's say, which is 3 attack, plus the 8, that's 11. So you get easily, by the end of the game, a SIF, Molten Rune, plus a 1 mana Arcane Bolt should give you more than 30. And the thing is, people try to do the OTK and to kill high armor classes like a warrior. It's not really necessary in the current meta. Only warrior and druid maybe gets massive amounts of armor. Otherwise, you know, you could just, even without Lady Nazjar, you can just play SIF with Molten Rune and either your Flame Geyser or your Arcane Bolt for 10 mana, and then you've basically done over 30 damage. And remember, you are going to be damaging people throughout the game as well, because you've got things like Cold Case to start giving you board, this to clear board so you can swing the board in your favour. So you've got a bit of minion damage as well, especially with Cosmic Keyboard. Can give you some pretty big minions, like we saw in the penultimate game there. We played, what was it? Nature, was that nature spell? Not wild growth. What was it called? Druid spell. 8 mana. Miracle growth. So we played that for 8 mana. We got 9/9 taunt. Plus we got an 8/8 minion from my Cosmic Keyboard elemental there. Alright, so what we've added to this deck, we've got a single costume Singer, which gives us a very cheap way of just drawing one of our objections, which thins out our deck. So it's basically very, very efficient, very cheap. And then an objection is such a powerful secret that even if they know what it is, it's very hard to play around it, especially certain classes. We've got 1 volume up. You do not need 2 volumes up. Hard enough to play 1 in the deck, but this can give us an extra copy of a spell, which is really useful. Let's say we need to play a fire spell. We can pick a second Molten Rune and just play it without the SIF. So now we've got a fire school spell in our what do you call it? In our bucket, or whatever you want to call it. And then the SIF can actually use the second Molten Rune, which it gets from volume up. Okay, so the way this, for those who don't know this deck at all, the idea of the deck is you're playing lots of different spell schools. In our hand, we've got 4 of the spell schools. We've got Fire, in Flame Geyser and Molten Rune. We've got Arcane Bolts generated by this. We've got, thankfully, we've got a Shadow spell, Void Scripture. We've also got Reverberations, but a Shadow spell, Void Scripture is very, very nice to have because you don't have to worry about what you're going to reverberate. It's a very, very useful spell, this, for removal or for doubling up in your SIF if you need to. So now we could just put the shadow, tick the shadow spell box with this instead now. And we've got Frost with Cold Case, right? And volume up's also Arcane, right? And so is Wisdom of Norganon, right? So then we've got Wisdom of Norganon. Let's look at this. So draw 2 cards, cost 1 less for each different spell school you've cast this game. So that can easily get down to 0, as you saw in a couple of the games there already. Then we've got Lady Nazjar. While this is in your hand, this transforms after you cast a frost spell or arcane spell. So let's have a look at what that does exactly. So now we've got this handy thing here. So if you've played a fire spell recently, you see a nice fire in her hands there. Deal 5 damage to an enemy minion, 2 to adjacent minions. Never use that. Lady Nazjar with the frost spell gains 8 armor. Pretty bad as well. You can use it if you're absolutely desperate, but if you just wait, if you've got your combos, set up, it's just you need to stall for another turn, you could do this, but you usually never do that. But this is what you really want Lady Nazjar for. Reduce the cost of spells in your hand by 1. Now, once you've got 1 cost Arcane Bolt, a 1 cost Flame Geyser, they're going to go down to 0 mana, which means you could play your SIF for 6 mana and play a few different, well, depends how many you reduce, play a few different 0 cost Arcane Bolts, which are going to be, by the time you play SIF, this is going to be, Arcane Bolt is going to be Mana Thirst, deal 3 damage. It's unlikely you'll play it before turn 8, so you can assume it's 3 damage. So 3 damage plus, let's say SIF's got 5 spell damage. So already this is a 0 cost, 8 damage, plus another 0 cost, 7 damage. That's 15 damage straight off, just with your SIF. And if you play Molten Rune, this is, as I said, the key damage card in your deck. For going face, it deals 3 damage twice. Don't be scared to use it on something else if you think you're going to be able to get, if you know you're playing a non-armor stacking and class, and you're going to have the damage, don't worry, obviously, to play the Molten Rune or something else if you need to, like to get rid of a big giant or something, just so you can survive. So once this is buffed up, let's say with 5 spell damage, this does 8 damage, but once it's forged, it does 8 damage twice. That keyword, deal 3 damage, is a spell damage relevant keyword. So therefore the 3 becomes an 8, so deal 8 damage and do it twice, 16 damage. That's why it's such a powerful card with SIF. Reverberation, if you reduce a copy of this, or you can use it just to play a shadow spell in order to activate the Nazjar. But this is very good for removal. As you saw in the game against the other mage, I copied his YOGG Unleashed. And managed to do a bit of shenanigans with there. We actually managed to clear his board with the tendril, which did what was it? It triggered star power, which was really lucky for us. Right, so let's get back to what we were saying. Yeah, so that's the idea of the deck. Play the SIF. You play these guaranteed spells: Flame Geyser, Arcane Bolt, and Molten Rune, or some combination of that. You could play Reverberations on your own SIF to give you 2 SIFs. Let's say you've got very high spell damage with a SIF. Might be worth using up 2 mana, maybe even 3, to give yourself, instead of 8 spell damage, you get 16 spell damage, which effectively doubles the damage of any of your spells. Almost doubles. Yes, instead of this doing 2 and then 10, it'll actually do 18. And you play 2 of these, you're doing 36 damage. That's your weakest spell. Or if you got the fell spell like we did in the last game where you do 1 damage, you'll end up doing 34 damage. Right, now, so about the rest of the deck. So once you've played quite a few spell schools, then this is going to go down to usually about 2 or 1. Don't be too greedy on this, because you do need card draw efficiently in this deck to get through to your answers before the opponent gets the win condition. So if this costs 3 sometimes even 4. Just play it as it is, and if you're completely stuck, don't worry, play it for 5. If you're stuck, you're stuck. It's important that people tell you that, especially relatively newer players. Sometimes you have to play very ugly turns, but if it's the best turn you've got, it's the best turn you've got. Volume up also draws us lots of cards. Don't worry about the finale on this too much. It's nice to get the finale, but very often you're going to have a full hand as it is, and discovering a copy of one won't be that relevant unless you're not scared of burning a card. Then you could just discover a copy one and hopefully get an extra burn spell. Now, how do we get our extra spell schools? That's the question, because as we said, you've only got 4 of them in our deck, and you've still got to get a Fell, Holy, and I'm missing one, aren't I? Fell, Holy, and Fell, Holy, and Nature. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Fell, Holy, and Nature. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so we need to get an extra 3 spell schools, and we can do this with Discovery Magic, which is a beautiful card. Discover a spell from a spell school you haven't cast this game, so that kind of guarantees you get 2 of the 3. And then discover a spell. If you have enough mana to play it, cast a copy at random enemy, but even with that it gives you the possibility of discovering a spell, which is critical here. And Prismatic Element also lets you discover a spell. So we've got 4 bites at the cherry here. Once you've got your other 2 spell schools, let's say Nature and Fell, and you're looking for that Holy one, so you've got 4 chances with Prismatic Elemental, 2 of those, and 2 Void Scriptures to get your final Holy spell, or whatever you're missing. Right, so that will give you 8 spell damage, which again, 8 spell damage with the reduced ones of these gives you 6 mana. You've got that would be 10 damage, 20, 33, 31, 42. You've got 42 damage for 6 mana. Or if you haven't reduced it and you just got these for 1 mana, that's 42 damage maximum without any reductions. And if these are reduced, then we can also throw in Molten Bolt, Molten Rune, which is how you beat armor-based, armor stacking classes. And also, obviously, you might have to use Reverberation as well. Alright, the rest of the other cards of the deck are basically auxiliary cards to the deck. They just help you along. Cosmic Keyboard, you've got some decent mid-range size spells. Cold Case, Volume Up, which give you a nice 4/4, and sometimes you can discover larger spells like we did in the game where we played the Miracle Growth, so it can give you some big spells there. Okay, Artificer, try to get at least a bit of armor from it, but otherwise, if you're playing like a slow deck, like a Druid or something, just play anything you can on board just to chip away at that damage. Okay, as this gives you armor whenever you equal to whatever spell you cast while this is still in play. Objection, try to time objection against key classes. For example, against a mage, when you think they're about to do their big SIF turn, play the objection just beforehand, or turn 8 against a warrior who wants to play Odin, something like that. So just use the objection intelligently. Otherwise, yeah, because the later on you use this, the more valuable it becomes, because you're probably going to be blocking an 8 mana minion as opposed to 1 mana minion. So you've spent, if you play this on turn 3, so it could be 3 mana for like to stop them playing 1 mana, so you've actually spent more mana than they have, so it's just not worth it. But if you're stopping them playing a more expensive minion, it's much more valuable. Cold Case, just nice, gives you armor, gives you ball presence, and it gives you damage. Right, Nasjar, this SIF, okay. Right, let's finish off with Inquisitive Creation. For each spell school deals 1 damage AoE. Of course, this can get all the way to 9 damage if you play sorry, 8 damage if you play all 7 spell schools, which is a massive AoE, which can almost deal with giants, not quite, but almost. It can deal with a Jiraxxus board. And finally got YOGG on Unleashed, which I'll leave it to you to work out how to use it. You can use it to clear your opponent's board by forcing each enemy minion to attack a random minion. Let's just see it up here. Okay, take control of an enemy minion if they've got a key minion. Play basically mass hysteria, but only for your opponent, not for your side, which is incredibly powerful. And fill your hand with chaotic tendrils if you want to actually enjoy playing this game called Hearthstone, because yeah, this randomness is just so much fun. And we saw we actually won a game with a random 1/1 casting star power to get rid of a giant, which could have put us down quite low in danger of losing the game. So that was a pretty good timing on that. And these are the chaotic tendrils, which I'm sure you've encountered. One of the most fun things which has happened in Hearthstone in a long time, which I love this. I actually have another deck called YOGG Rogue. I think people that actually made it a standard deck. I haven't seen it much facing it, but this is what my one looks like anyway. Might even put in the description for you if you want to try it out. I'm sure people have got improvements on it. This is just what I put together. Alright, thanks for watching everyone. That's Rainbow Mage, and as we saw, we've got a nice 100% win rate all the way to Diamond 5. Let's see if we get all the way to Legend. Alright, thanks for watching everyone, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.